Hi guys, welcome back to my YouTube channel. This is the part 2 continuation of the part 1. I'm sure you guys have watched part 1 of my mental health in pregnancy, how I dealt with my mental health, how it affected me, and this will be a continuation of the same. And one thing guys, a disclaimer, anything I'm saying in my videos is what has happened, either has happened to me or it's what I know. Nothing is the ideal, but these are my own views, so guys, don't quote me. They're just my views or what has happened to me. So guys, let's continue with the video. And so guys, one thing I wanted actually to add on this video is it's just something that, you know, most times we tend to think that especially Africans, forgive me if I say this, but this is what I've seen. Most of us Africans, or yeah, Africans, let me just use Africans, or let me say Kenyans, so that I'm not crucified by other people. But most Kenyans, we always tend to think that we cannot get mental health. I'm not talking to only the pregnant women or women, even men. Most of us, we think, even me, I used to think mental health is not for us. And I thought, mental health is for other people, maybe who are not our color. But that is so wrong. It's a very wrong mentality. None of us is immune to mental health issues. None of us is covered from mental health issues. Well, there are those people who maybe they have a family history of mental health. So those are special cases. They are quite close to mental health, but it doesn't mean that the rest of us, we are immune to mental health issues. We are not. So let's not stigmatize on people who have mental health, as I had said earlier, or I'll say, I had mentioned that. Let's not stigmatize. Let's support one another. Let's support people with mental health. They are still people and they need us and we need each other. So let's not give each other stress. Well, the world is full of stress, it's full of cyberbullying, it's full of everything. But if we can support one another and live well, then everything will be fine. And if not, let's seek for therapies, for help whenever we can. Yeah. So I started going for counseling sessions, and I went for about, I think, 4, 5, 6, almost 6. I used to go every week, and the more I went, in fact, on my second visit, I started getting better, and I started realizing that I could help myself. Like, there was this thing called mindfulness, just thinking about the moment and not stressing about other stuff that are not affecting me now, just being in the moment, spending the time in the moment and just concentrating about the moment. So I started learning about mindfulness. I started reading about relaxing things. I started putting my phone away. I used to use my phone so much, so I used to put my phone away 2 or an hour before going to bed. I would just switch off my phone. I started drinking almond milk. I just used lots of things to help me, but what really helped was therapy. That one I can say, and I can actually attest that was so helpful. And one thing I learned from that is you need someone else. Like, you need someone else to listen to you sometimes, because I was not sick. I didn't have any medical issue or any problem with my pregnancy. That means I was okay. It was a little bit of anxiety. Actually, I was diagnosed with anxiety and panic attack, because so this is how my situation, this is how I used to present. So every time it started getting dark, so I would be okay during the day. I'll be watching the television, I'll eat, I'll just stay in the house, and then when it just start getting dark, I would just look at the window and realize it's starting getting dark, I would start getting the anxiety. I would start shaking, getting so worried. What about the night? What about if I don't sleep? Then when I go to bed, I would feel something drop from my heart, and it would drop to my stomach, to my belly, and I would think it's going to strangle my baby. It was so scary. So I came to learn that mental health is not for specific people. Anyone can get mental health issues. Like, that was something so simple, but it was not simple at the same time. Like, just imagine, just thinking about the night, I start getting my attack. And it got to a point at night I would scream because I would feel that thing drop, and then I would feel like it's holding my baby, because my baby used to kick a lot at night. So at night I would feel like when baby's kicks goes down, I would think, okay, that thing strangled my baby. And I was so paranoid, I was so stressed. But thank God for therapy. It really helped. So I would advise anyone, or I would urge anyone, if you think or if you feel you're not okay, just go for help. And something else with mental health, one thing I realized is that it can even impact not only on you, it can impact on your partner. So this is what happened. This is how it impacted on our relationship, me and my husband. So my partner would think that the reason I'm not sleeping is because I use my phone too much. He would always accuse me. He'd be like, you always stay on your phone, that's why you can't sleep. And I would get mad. I'm like, you're not supporting me. All sorts of issues. So when we went for counseling, one day he took me, because the therapy was for me alone. So when I went with him, and then my counselor saw him outside waiting for me, he called him in. And then it was so necessary, but it was not planned. So he just asked him, are you able to come in? He said, that's okay. He came in, and then he asked him questions. How are you supporting Monica during the pregnancy? And then I said what he does. I was like, it's like, the way you go and say everything to your mom, like you report someone else to your mom. So I reported my husband to the counselor, and I said everything. He keeps accusing me, he keeps snoring, and I can't sleep. It is his snore. Oh my God, there was so much to say. But it was just because of my mental health. It's not because he was bad. No, he was very supportive, and he was supporting me the way he knew, because we can only support enough, and we cannot support from a position where we don't know. You support from what you know. So from what he knew is what he supported me from that direction. But from this day when he was called in by my counselor, he actually got to know that he didn't need to keep accusing me. He just needed to tell me it will be fine, and ask me, what can I do for you? Can I get you a cup of coffee? Can I get you a cup of tea? Even if it's 2 a.m. So sometimes I would wake up and I'm like, I need a cup of coffee. And he would go to the kitchen and make me a cup of coffee. And that was the best. I mean, you see, therapy made him understand that he could support me without... Because my counselor mentioned that, and forgive me if this is offensive, but my counselor said this. He said that, or he insinuated that most male believe that they can solve every problem. And that is what I believe my husband was trying to do. He was trying to solve my problem. But my problem didn't need solving. It just needed to understand, to support me, to tell me it will be fine. It was just that simple. So from that day, he understood his role was support, and support where he could, and he did that very well. So even after the baby, my husband was very supportive, because my therapy helped him, because my counselor was is a father himself. He was able to guide him. He was able to, in fact, he did this as a father son thing. He was really elaborate. He told him, this is how to support your wife while she's pregnant, even after giving birth. He was so elaborate, and that really helped us. So I would say, as I conclude, do not castigate anyone with mental health. Mental health can get any one of us. It does not choose. It does not pick and choose. It does not. You can be fine today, and tomorrow you get yourself, you have anxiety. Let's not stigmatize on people with mental health, because mental health can be anything, even stress. That is affecting our mental health. Normally we think mental health is the schizophrenia, the bipolar, the big names. No, even the slightest shake to your mind, or shake to your normal way, that can be an issue, or it can be a trigger to your mental health. So let's support each other. Let's listen to one another where we can. If you're not able to go for therapy, not everyone will be able to go for therapy, but maybe you can get a spiritual father, your parent, anyone who can help you, because talking is very helpful. I learned that, and I'm very sure to my viewers, if you have any issues with your mental health and you go and get someone to talk to, you'll be fine. And if it's something you need medical attention, please go for it. Anyway, guys, thank you so much for the support. Thank you so much for listening to me. If you have any questions, kindly drop them on the comment section. We are going to continue with the discussion there. Let me know, guys, what you think about today's video. Let me know if there's anything else you want me to speak about my pregnancy. Maybe I'm going to talk more about the pregnancy, because there's so much, and I'm also going to make a video on the baby and everything. Yeah, so thank you so much. Subscribe to my YouTube channel, kindly, guys. Subscribe. That is going to help me grow the channel. Thank you so much, guys, for being here, and bye. See you on the next one.